Very good morning, everybody. Welcome to Twickenham, to England Rugby's HQ for the Papa John's Community Cup Finals Day. So this is how North Bristol are lining up, starting with the pack. Alex Featherstone, Rich Mortimer, Dylan Thomas in the front row. Jack Cotter captains with Tom Mays alongside him in the second row. Max Fox-Holmes, Dan Cox and Connor Meehan are in the back row. The backs, Anthony Jelf and Josh Lobley. The half-backs, Tom Bennett, a youngster with pace on the wing with Chris Hamilton. The centres are Simon Mortimer and Bill Canton, who's the vice-captain, and Dan McCudden is at full-back. The head coach, Josh Lobley, as well. And here is how their counterparts, Gloucester Old Boys, look. Ryan McGurk, Ben Thompson and Ben Gower in the front row. Niall Galvin and Matt Owen in the second row. Dom Chant, captains from the blind side with Spencer Miller and Andy Fern alongside him. In the backs, it's Sam Thompson and Paddy Hines. Then Taylor Units, Owen O'Keefe and Jamie Fairs, the back three. In the centres, Josh Pearson and Alid Halford Tuffley are in the centres. And this is where it's ended, a blitz over 5 weekends. Semi-finals conducted last weekend. Coaches, cars, train tickets had to be booked over the last 7 days to get to this point. And North Bristol have travelled in numbers. Gloucester Old Boys well represented as well. They were in a league together a few years ago, back in 2019. Now they face each other in cup competition. And Gloucester Old Boys on the ball, securing kickoff and running this through the hands, making some space just outside their 22. First kick of the afternoon. This is fielded by Dan McCudden at fullback for North Bristol, now hoisted from Anthony Jelf. Ricocheting around, this is going to work for North Bristol and Alex Featherstone, the loose head prop today. He tidies that one up. We're going to see this man in action a lot. Connor Meehan for number 8 for the North Bristolians. That's off the toe and bouncing around awkwardly. Now charged down. Chase was good from Canton. It's taken by Gloucester Old Boys on their line. Pressure piling in on Gloucester Old Boys in the scrum. Bryony, a terrific start for North Bristol.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've seen it from both teams. Yes, they want to play, but also they're not scared to put the ball in the air. They're not scared to kind of try and win that territory. And here, you've put a ball in behind, but it's that chase that's got them here. They've charged the ball down and put the pressure on. And I think today we're going to see that it's that defensive efforts. It's the ability to work hard there, and you get the rewards of a scrum 5 metres out.
Those in good voice have had reason to cheer for North Bristol so far. 90 seconds in, and this is the position. Anthony Jelf, the scrum half, steadies himself for the first scrum of the day. So too his 8. And Gloucester Old Boys have pinched it, despite creaking a little bit in the middle. That's good work from Ben Thompson and his mates in the front row. This is going to stay in. McCudden sizes up the opposition and jinks through. Onto old Gloucester Boys' 22. Nice rumble through the middle. Here's Meehan. Easily identifiable, the number 8, by his carrying and his stature, and now they're spreading play along. Canton is the architect here, onto the left wing, cutting back inside. Tom Bennett. Ball is out through the legs, keeps this play alive. And taken well by Jelf. Meehan wants this. Connor Meehan again, standing up tall in these early stages. Here's Dylan Thomas. Again with the advantage. Everything going North Bristol's way. They want to make it pay now. The short pass to Jelf. The scrum half on a hard line. A few metres away, the first try at Twickenham on finals day, beckoning for North Bristol. Has to go again. Sandbags being laid down on this Twickenham try line by Gloucester Old Boys, but it's not enough. North Bristol with the first score of the final. It's the captain, Jack Cotter. And that North Bristol voice is roaring around Twickenham in these early stages.
They just had the momentum, the carries. We saw the winger Tom Bennett make a break and just put a good 10 metres in, and then it's just that momentum, it's that carrying the forwards. Every time they're getting the ball, we're going over the gain line, and when you put phases together, about 5 or 6 of them, the defence is constantly on the back foot, constantly having to move backwards, and then you're within 2 metres and you've got your forwards like Jack Cotter who are going to pick that ball up and go over the line. So it's really good play from North Bristol just to keep the ball, especially as Gloucester Old Boys were looking around that breakdown, looking to get the ball back and looking to disrupt it, but they kept the phases together and just kept going forward.
Conversion after, sized up, and all 7 for North Bristol. The perfect starts against their West countrymen.
Really here, if you're in the wrong side, he's not going to let the jackal happen. He's going to penalise you every time. So it's about learning and changing how you play.
North Bristol on the attack again. Lovely straight line through the heart of Gloucester Old Boys. It's going to come out on Gloucester's side, but penalty. Penalty against Spencer Miller for coming off his feet.
So yeah, here we've seen Gloucester Old Boys penalised quite often around that breakdown. So it's about Dom Chat having a word with the boys and trying to work it out. Obviously, famously, we saw James Haskell ask the referee what to do, but it's about the boys finding out and working out themselves, working out what he doesn't like and what he likes. And clearly at the moment, it's can we get the tackler to roll away and get out of the breakdown so we can have a clean contest.
Josh Lobley, after the conversion, to add a penalty, and the fly half makes good from in front of the posts. North Bristol with a 10 points to nothing lead after 13 minutes at Twickenham. Who knows where it may end up with Ben Thompson with the line-out. Got to get this right. They go a little shorter this time, and it's taken cleanly. Now those yellow, red and black jerseys knit together. And this is a handsome looking train heading towards North Bristol waters. At the back is Miller.
Okay, start using, it's stationary.
Thompson, the controller here. There goes Miller, peeling off the open side. Now the next wave comes. They're up to the line now, Gloucester Old Boys.
You're going to be fine, so come back for the advance. Good, you're fine, yeah?
That maul is dangerous. That is going places. If they can just keep using that, I always say don't. What is it? What's broke? Don't stop, or what? Don't stop until it's broke.
Still fine, very fine field position for Gloucester Old Boys. They'll go through the hands, and Hines, the fly half, has his number 8 Andy Fern with steam in his nostrils for the first time today. Lovely twist and spin. And now Thompson goes back to the right. There's Hines again. Space here for Halford Tuffley. Then Pearson. And Gloucester Old Boys showing that they can dice things with the backs. And they're keeping North Bristol honest. Now through the forwards, but excellent defence this time from the Blue and Reds. Round the back for Hines. He has to take an extra step to make the pass, and that's lovely. Jant, the captain, along the line now. Great opportunity this for Units, who gets hauled down 3 metres away. Old Gloucester piling through on this left flank, courtesy of the backs this time. Thompson brings forwards nearer to him. Short charge to the line, the roll. Half a metre away, then to the left they go. Spencer Miller, the open side, gets his hands on the ball, tries to place, gets it down, and Gloucester Old Boys pull Bristol from one end of Twickenham to the other to get their first try in the final.
yeah, again, we come into the 22 and we need to score points. We have this time, so suddenly you're thinking we're back into the game. We've got some points on the board, and you know what? They can keep the ball for more than a few phases, which they haven't been able to do recently. But they've kept the ball. We've had a break down the wing from Taylor Unit. We've got over the ruck. We've kept the ball in with the forwards, and we've used the power to get over the line. And Spencer Miller with a try there.
First kick of the afternoon for Taylor Unit after being involved in that opening try. It's a man who's kicked 2 match-winning goals during this cup competition, so within the last 5 weeks to get Gloucester Old Boys to this stage. Unit sets it off in the right direction. Goodness me, it has the legs as well, and the left winger with his first points at Twickenham with a fine strike.
Yeah, good communication from the referee there. He's just said that the Gloucester Old Boys scrum has gone before the ball has actually been fed, so therefore it's only a free kick, not a penalty. If it happened a few times, then it would go up to a penalty, but right now it's just a free kick, so it's a tap and go.
And Jelfer makes a nice run right and then cuts back.
Yes, please.
Never straying far from his forwards. It is a forward frontier sort of game so far. Now to Canton. Puts his head down. Jelf waits, just one man protecting him, but that man is Tom Mays, and he does a very good job indeed. Round the corner they go. Both these teams well used to the wide expanse at Twickenham now.
No clear left, it's clear up form.
More than 20 minutes into this contest. Mays gets the offload away. Nicely done to Lobley. Along the line it comes. Ducking back inside Mortimer. Little slip pass, that was cute as well from McCudden. Next wave arrives. And coming onto that from Jake Murphy.
And release, tackle now!
Gloucester Old Boys hands all over this. But Spencer Miller, I think, involved there. He lets go at the right time. It's a good carry, isn't it? Coming into things, Max Fox-Holmes from the blind side. Jelf. Lobley. Hint of a pop pass. He's taken down by Hines, his opposite man. Now here goes Meehan. Sees some space on the inside. Again, the tackling good from Chant this time. Jelf. Canton juggles, does well. Onto Pearson, who has to straighten the centre pairing. Well balanced at North Bristol. And there goes Owen O'Keefe. Chris Hamilton even driven into the ground. Still that penalty coming.
Stop. Captain.
Let's have a listen here.
A lot of penalties now at the breakdown. So you guys have got to recognise when you can and can't compete for the ball. That's the message.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. It's if someone's in the way and hasn't rolled, you can't compete. If they have, you can. And it's that rugby IQ, that intelligence that they need to pick up and understand when they can't, when a ruck's formed, when it's not, and then they'll get on the referee's better side. At the moment, they're just penalty after penalty after penalty around that breakdown.
So Mortimer collected. Mays hit hard. And Jelf again to Meehan. He's been well watched by Gloucester Old Boys so far. Connor Meehan still with North Bristol.
Have we all finished? Yeah, thank you. Just not gone.
Have we all finished? I love it. it's getting a little heated in there, because when the breakdown is allowed to play, if the referee lets it play, then often it can ultimately be about 5 people on the floor pushing each other, pulling each other, and contesting for that ball. So what we're seeing is a really hotly contested breakdown here. The referee's coming in when he needs to, but it's up to the players to recognise, again, like we talk about, if they can compete, if it's a ruck, if they can just, like we saw here, fire past the ball and get the ball available. So Gloucester Old Boys just need to work it out. They're trying to do here, they did a few different things, but that's what they need to do.
The referee today, Ben Simpson, by the way, taking no nonsense in the middle, is he? North Gloucester under pressure. Jelf goes in to secure it. Despite the pressure at scrum time, they are getting their ball back and launching well from it. Here goes Dylan Thomas pulling to the left. Short pass between the backs, and then clattering into contact is Mortimer. Jelf sees only 3 backs to his right, wants a little more heft, and Jake Murphy offers that.
Good, much better. Stay down, stay down.
Jelf again. Little slip on the inside, Connor Meehan at speed. Taken down well. The next wave is there. North Bristol looking for a second, but held up. Miller and Fern on the floor, spoiling that for North Bristol. Wrap around to Thompson. Carries that hard into Alan Halford toughly. Big carry now from Andy Fern. And the offload to McGurk. Ryan McGurk, the loose head prop. Shrugs off the attempted tackle, Sam Thompson. Stutter and go from hooker Ben Thompson. Back to Halford Tuffley. He's hit this very high, just inside the 22. It's taken, but it's not. And here comes Unit, hacking it forward. The left winger using his speed and getting it down. But the referee has a long, hard look at this. Ben Simpson with a conversation to have with his assistants here. How close must that have been?
Oh, well, don't you want a TMO right now to come in and sort it all out for us? Because that's tough job to have a look at. Know what's going on. I could see the AR trying to say something, and I think it was along the lines of a knock-on as Taylor Unit's gone to hack that through and kick that through. But if you could put a ball up in the air, you let it swirl in the Twickenham air, you don't know where it's coming down sometimes, and you get the lucky bounce or the lucky mistake, and actually that's unlucky from Gloucester Old Boys not to get something out of that. But yeah, I think more of that, please.
Off the top from Gloucester Old Boys, and Hines switches in midfield. Set play back to the fly half. Now there's space here for Gloucester Old Boys, opening up over halfway. Goes Hines, still going. Paddy Hines jinking back. Support is there on his right. Has to go to floor. North Bristol have gathered back remarkably well. Here is Spencer Miller. Big step off him. That left foot from the open side. Scorer of the first try, and he's made another inroad. An important inroad there. Now the space on for Unit to chase. And if this isn't watched well, who knows who that's there for. I think it was touchdown.
I like that from Sam Thompson. He's obviously just kicked well at the 22, but actually if you look at the dead ball zones, they're probably bigger than what they play in normally. So to have such a large in-goal area, an area you can kick into and let the ball roll, it just allows your wingers more time to get the ball in. You're not going to run out of pitch. So actually that's not a bad shout from them, and you're probably only a couple of metres there away from scoring another try.
Bryony, how about this run from Paddy Hines as well? Really opening up for the first time.
Yeah, I know, I was hoping, I think it was a forward on his right now coming into picture, and I thought, but if that was a winger or a 13, they'd have been in support there shouting. But coming out of the maul or the line out play, they're probably a bit on the back heels there and haven't quite made it. But I honestly wanted someone in support, and that would have been an unbelievable try. The
speed of thought to that attack is as good as you'll find at any level. Of course, we're playing a fair few levels down than the elite game in Counties 3 and below Championship, but the decision making is as good as you could find at the top level.
Yeah, the play they did in the middle with the backs, and they went out the back to Paddy Hines, just sucked all of North Bristol's defenders in, and then suddenly he's got 3-on-2 and the spaces open up, and to be able to look to run and go into them gaps, absolutely.
Powerful carry back into North Bristol territory. Now again with Thompson, good pass again. Hines with a bit more space, and he's opening up his box of tricks now. Unit has speed, and he's watched again and ushered to the floor. And this now, Andy Fern. Hines. Thompson just slows down a little too much, and North Bristol enveloping and absolutely hammering Ben Thompson, but then the penalty given away.
Absolute lined him up though, he has. He's seen two, so he's seen Ben Thompson go to look for the pass. Ben's not found anyone, hasn't had the communication, so kind of stopped in his run, and Jake Murphy has absolutely got him all man and ball. But unfortunately laid on the wrong side again, so we've seen that a few times, but it's the easy penalty and into the corner they go.
So half-time beckoning at Twickenham. North Bristol have been in front from the early stages. But how will things lie in a few seconds' time? Everyone on their feet from North Bristol and Gloucester Old Boys' perspective. To the middle they go. Line out secured. In on it goes the captain, Chant. Ben Thompson looks to control this generator from old Gloucester, and here they come again, peeling off and then looking for the line and the lead. And this will be again a conversation.
Now's not the time. I've got a clear grounding unless you have. No. So we've got to come back for the advantage. Okay, no try, we come back for the advantage. 3 and 5, 3 entry and 5 collapse. Pick them up.
Under 2 minutes, Ben, under 2 minutes.
We're hearing actually still 2 minutes to play, so our clock, we should say, is not linked to the referee and the official timekeeper's clock, and it is just a guide. So there's a few more minutes than we expected in this half. What do Gloucester Old Boys have in the locker? It's long, it's over, but they've still taken it. It's a good recovery. And this is a good run from Ollie Ryder, the man who's been here before 19 years ago. Fern, the man who's retiring at the end of this game, Andy Fern, brings his team a little closer. Now Thompson. All the familiar players coming to the fore for Gloucester Old Boys. And the penalty comes off the back of it.
A few metres out, and it's that change of momentum, it's that buzz you get, so people are desperate to do that.
Spencer Miller taps and goes, pops the ball along. In on the ball was McGurk to secure. Still with Gloucester Old Boys, Spencer Miller rides that first tackle. He punches so far above his weight, this open side. Now taken on by Galvin. Paddy Hines wants it. Looks for numbers outside him and then has to go himself. Just couldn't find the connection. But there's the whistle in their favour again. And a yellow card comes off it. It's the vice-captain, Bill Cantin, for North Bristol, who heads to the stands. And we are out of time for this first half now. So Gloucester Old Boys want to bank this position.
Yes, it's not bad. It's a clever idea from them. Again, you level the scores if this goes over. You go into half-time, completely level. You come back out in the second half. They've gone for it. They've had two line-outs. It's not gone to hand the second line-out. They have a go, but you can't waste this opportunity. You can't waste it if North Bristol were to get a turnover there. But you've got to feel for Bill Cantin there at that moment, because the forwards are giving away about 3 penalties previously. They've come out wide, and he's just got stuck on the wrong side again. And then has had to go to the bin because the referees warned them for the discipline, too many penalties.
Taylor Unit kicks things cleanly through the posts to take us all square at half-time, and with North Bristol a player down for the remaining 10 minutes after half-time. This is so finely balanced in life in general, so not really something to read into, but there is a degree of recent history between the two teams here. Good pass to Lobley, who sees a lot of open space here, and herring after this is North Bristol's Chris Hamilton, who's done some sterling work here to try and make a tackle, but Gloucester Old Boys on the counter, avoiding the trap, and now space sought. Owen O'Keefe running into green space here, onto the edge, keeps it alive. Going back goes McCudden. Wonderful counter. And North Bristol a little slowly getting back in position here, has to be said. But such was the swiftness of the counter. They made good yards very quickly. And Lobley goes long. Thompson. Fairs kicks that nicely across field. This could work out very well for Unit, who takes it and then jinks on the inside and has the speed to go all the way. Taylor Unit unpicks North Bristol for a fine finish.
Clip that up, put it on the highlights reel, send it to Papa John's and you get a lifetime pizza, I'm sure, a lifetime supply of pizza, because that was unbelievable. As he put the kick in, I thought, no, the passes are probably the easiest option, and it just went over the North Bristol defender, but who am I to say? Absolutely, the way it bounced, it just bounced up perfectly for Taylor Unit. He had a little bit of finishing to do, he's taken a step, he's jinked back, and he's used his speed to come over in the corner. So you know what, absolute brilliant try from Gloucester Old Boys. And it was all made from, I think, Jamie Fairs' break to begin with. So actually he's had an absolute stormer of a minute there with that. First of all, he's rode the tackle with the 22, made a break, offloaded the ball. He's given them the territory. We saw Owen O'Keefe down the wing put the kick in to keep the ball alive and in play, and not just use the sideline, go out and give the line out. Kept the ball alive. They've got the ball back. Sam Thompson catches it, gives it across to Jamie Fairs, and you know what, you're better than me, Jamie Fairs, because that kick was brilliant.
As was that kick from Taylor Unit from the touchline, and it had extra distance on it for good measure. So 9 points from the feet and skills of Taylor Unit by himself in this Papa John's Community Final. 17 points to 10. Gloucester Old Boys in front for the first time.
So it'll be interesting to see when the two forwards join it once the referee's arm come down.
So Rich Mortimer throws in again, and it's taken at the front. Now then, yellow card shown. So Niall Galvin sent to the cooler for 10 minutes, just as North Bristol are about to go back up to 15, so the numerical advantage switches.
You may look at that and think, well, it's only the second penalty in the 22, but you add it to the first half and suddenly it's added up. Often you think at half time you get kind of a reprieve, it's a clean slate, but no, if you've been doing this and giving away penalties in the 22, which Gloucester Old Boys have been doing, don't get me wrong, it has been in other parts of the pitch, but also here a few times. And when you've got Niall Galvin committing two offences very similar, both jumping over, and this one made contact in the air, which has caused North Bristol to drop the ball, you're going to see the ref go to their pocket.
And I think, Bryony, that's allowed time to go up to full 15, but it's the short stuff which North Bristol stick to. And look how close they are now, looking to strike back. And they set themselves, heading towards the line, and there's bodies over the ball here, but not the ball on the line. Connor Meehan is ready, doesn't receive the pass. Now Meehan is standing over it. More inches sought. And they are so close now. There's the ball on the line. North Bristol hit back. And it comes from their blindside flanker, Max Fox-Holmes, the workhorse of this back three trio. And he has his name up in lights now.
Especially when Gloucester Old Boys have gone down a player, suddenly you've got that numerical advantage in the forwards it was this time, so you're going to look to use them, you're going to keep them going around the corner, and we saw forward pick after go and pick and go after go. I think we saw the 9 go for it as well, but then, you know, them forwards have got a bit more muscle on them at times, and he's powered over there from just 1 metre out, so Max Fox-Holmes gone over and just used his muscle, his brute force and put the ball on the line.
Lobley does very well with the conversion there, straight in front, but made sure of it. So 17 points each, we are all tied up. But as we are, North Bristol scrum. Anthony Jelf waits for it, gets it cleanly, good scrum from North Bristol. Lobley, 45-degree angle to then release the flying Tom Bennett, who's all the way and still going, and Bennett keeps it alive, and then it goes out of play. They're trying to keep the ball going again. We were warned about young Tom Bennett on that left wing. We haven't seen him with that kind of ball before, but what a threat he is.
Give him the ball again. If you can give a winger like Tom Bennett time and space, you'll see meters made, defenders beaten. So it's about how you can get the ball to him in space and let him do what he's best at, which is run very quickly.
And Bennett now goes all the way over to his left-hand side wing, so away from the action now. Can Rich Mortimer, the hooker, find his man, and can North Bristol cause more problems? They're going close off the back of the line out. Pick and go again. Jake Murphy for Gloucester Old Boys, smother the ball somehow, and then Jelf looks for the line, wrestling, kept up high. Can he work it back? He has done. He's done extremely well. And the pick and go from Fox-Holmes, who's got a double. Max Fox-Holmes, a quick fire duo from the blind side.
Oh, North Bristol did really well there. I think 2 people, including Anthony Jelf, went actually over the try line. If you get held up there, it's a goal line dropout. But what they did really well is manage to recycle the ball away from that, so it wasn't held up for long, or it wasn't in the in goal for long. Then they can replay the ball and carry on going. And there again, you see Max Fox-Holmes go over the line. But again, what he's done really well is, you think Gloucester Old Boys are underneath him, you think they're going to hold the ball up, allow themselves to exit, but no, he's managed to keep working on the floor and get the ball down, and it's been really easily seen by the referee.
This is the run that set things up with Bennett's influence on this match now.
I think we saw it earlier from Gloucester Old Boys winger. What they both did really well there is not dive to the sidelines, not give just the easy line out to the opposition, keep the ball alive, and both of them got rewarded with actually it being their own ball.
24 points to 17 after another successful conversion.
They must be enjoying the stadium feel where there's not much of a breeze, because they've been kicking brilliantly today. I don't think we've seen one miss.
The emotional resetting required for these two teams after semi-final victories last weekend to get ready for an even bigger day is significant. And sort of riding the momentum of a cup competition all the way, and what's left for both teams in their season and their energy levels here. Good pick off the back from Rhys Davis, powerful run into the 22. Now in the arms of Murphy and Meehan. And Lobley just palmed this along the line nicely. Now here's Bennett in space, sizes up the fullback, keeps it alive again, but his feet were dragged into touch. And Gloucester Old Boys get their man, Jamie Fair's, involved again. Well set across the back line are North Bristol. Solid enough scrum. Rhys Davis picks and goes, gets it out the back to Jelf, who can carry this scrum half. Our forward will need to play scrum half now. And it is taken on, and taken on well by Mays. And the forwards go round the corner, working so hard, both sets of 8.
Too many players the wrong side.
Still this numerical advantage for North Bristol, however.
Yeah, don't compete, keep coming. Ball's here.
Told not to compete by Alex Simpson. Jelf goes himself. Now the tight head Dylan Thomas goes a little closer. Knocking on the door again, North Bristol, but
He's the first man on
they're not precise enough when securing the ball.
12's the first one over the ball, holding on. Fine. Set.
Now where is Tom Bennett in the back line for North Bristol? He's lurking just off the shoulder of Josh Lobley, the fly half. Davis to Jelf. Lobley goes to his centres, and hard run again from Simon Mortimer.
Good decision.
Good yards made from the outside centre. The next runners can come onto this at pace, and Murphy does just that. Lobley well behind the gain line, but with so much space to operate. Lovely pass along the line, and cutting back on the inside goes Hamilton. Hazard. Lobley. Meehan rides the first contact, and these are the types of moments in matches when the big running number 8 can come to the fore, when bodies are tiring. Bennett was through, but the ball doesn't go with him.
Yeah, it's gone absolutely nowhere. No bounces.
A delightful line from Tom Bennett, but he was well watched.
Yeah, it's interesting. North Bristol are trying to use both their wingers a bit more. We saw Hamilton beat 3 defenders and make 10 metres on one wing, and then we're looking at Bennett to cut a line through the other. And you know, if that's gone to hand, the acceleration he had, he was through that gap and probably over for another 5 points. So I like the way they're trying to use their wingers, their outside backs a bit more, get them into the game and see where they can go, because it's working well for them.
Trying to pull him to the floor. Big power carry here from the base of the ruck. Then the counter is good, still with Meehan though, and this is options here with Hartley and Bennett, and he's found a lovely pass over to Williams, who jinks around the first, goes back to Hartley. Lou Hartley for the Twickenham try line, and on the inside is Anthony Jelf, who dives in, and that surely is the cup for North Bristol. They haven't got to a final since 1980, and the final of Bristol and District Combination Cup. Well, they're in a final now, and they're sauntering all the way to the trophy lift with Jelf.
I'm actually so happy for Anthony Jelf. I've seen him go pick and go a few times, dummy and get absolutely crunched by 2 forwards about 5 metres out. So to work so hard on that, to keep in support, to not switch off, not be lazy, but actually ensure you're always on the inside there, which all good 9s do. We see it all the time. You get your just rewards, and he gets over the try line to have a celebration, arm in the air, and go for the dive. So brilliant try, and again it's from some of the subs. I think the work from Hartley and Williams down this near side to interlink together allowed Jelf to have his moment.
And what a moment for North Bristol.
So blue 10 off.
31 points to 17 against rivals from the southwest. It's been so close throughout, but in these final minutes, North Bristol delivering that score to be 2 ahead now. What can Hines do? Thompson. Chant. Back to Hines. And steady work from Gloucester Old Boys. Good pass from Thompson to Hines. But North Bristol lining up the runners, and Rhys Davis delivering a huge hit.
Easy now, go. Easy up.
Hines, Galvin. And Thompson back to the open side. And North Bristol's patience in defence is notable here. Not overcommitting. Being comfortable with handling the big runners from Gloucester Old Boys. Nice pass on the inside from Hines there, and picks up again. Let's have a listen here, because the yellow card shown to Conor Meehan.
Gold 19, second off.
Well, Brandon, did you see what happened there?
High tackle. I'm going to go with the high tackle. Obviously, I can't be quite for certain where we're sat from, but it definitely looked like, with the way the whistle's blown so quickly and so hardly, you normally go, it's been something, as example, a high tackle, it's normally dangerous or foul play, so I'd probably go he slipped up in the tackle and just made contact with the head, and we see Hines getting some treatment now, so he's gone for a little rest. Here we go, we can see it. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
In the tackle, he's not right, most of his impact's gone through just, and he's got head contact. He needs to be very careful.
He's had a very good game today, Conor Meehan, and just not precise enough in that tackle.
Water off.
So down to 14 they go. Looking to see out these remaining minutes with their lead intact. But Gloucester Old Boys into the 22 again, and these really the types of positions where they can be so dangerous. And McGurk is the man with the ball in his hands. Gerard McGurk with the line out. To the back, taken by Galvin. Down to Chance. And they get on the move again. Ball worked backwards, a little juggle, but knocking the ball on. How frustrating is that?
We've seen that a few times as well. We talk about it. It's that ball, you've got to be so precious with it. If you're going forward like that, there's no real need to straight away move the ball back until that person's there behind you and wants the ball, and you can literally give it to from your arm to there instead of just put it on your on your hip. It's really exposed. One, for someone wants to come around and take the ball off you from the opposition if they're coming from the back foot. But two, you just seen it there. It's not secure, and it goes astray, and unfortunately it's a knock on and a scrum to the opposition. So that's one thing I'd coach for next year.
North Bristol going backwards, so ball in Gloucester Old Boys' hands. Good straighten of the line, and it's there for Gloucester Old Boys. And Aled Halford Tuffley, who is retiring after the final whistle today with a score. And does that bring them with enough time to play back into this final? Certainly, it's a fine score from the inside centre.
Get Taylor Unit back on for his boot. He's already come off, so unfortunately he won't be kicking this. So hopefully Tig Galvin can take the moment and make this kick, because if they don't, then unfortunately the score probably is too far.
This has to go. It looks good. It is good. Fine kick from Tig Galvin. Brother Niall on the park as well. And maybe, just maybe, it's not over. With North Bristol down to 14 as well. How about this from the inside centre?
Yeah, look, Halford Tuffley, he's been running hard lines all day long. They've been using him so much off set piece. So the fact that he's got a try here is just rewards for the hard work he's been putting in when carrying the ball off set piece. So really well done from him. He's gone blind and used the space and used his feet and gone over.
Kick is long, as you'd expect from North Bristol. Old Gloucester Old Boys asked to run this from deep, and this is chipped over by Hines. If this bounces nicely, it's taken well by North Bristol, who just want to hold on to this ball for as long as is needed. But they're going to have to use this, and they do, with Fox Holmes, and then keeping it with the forwards. They have to be proactive though. can't play too passively here. And they'll get penalised by the referee. And maybe see Gloucester Old Boys snaffle the ball on the floor, sticking still with the forwards. Penalty. It's not over. It has to be all 7. Good hands along the line. Beautifully done from Gloucester Old Boys. The pass has gone forwards and Jelf kicks it out. And we are in the final seconds. So North Bristol hold on. They've won the cup. Unbeaten in their league season. Their seconds also won the league. And that combined squad effort over the last 5 weeks have seen them not just march to Twickenham for the first time in 43 years, but to lift the cup when they got there. And Anthony Jelf, the man who scored the try, which was the winning try in the end. What a moment for these men on the field to celebrate, and this club as well as a whole.